Hi, and welcome to our recording of ChatGPT, custom ChatGPTs for beginners. In this recording, we're on a group workshop call where we're discussing how to set up custom ChatGPTs with some input from our users. So, hope you find the video useful. So, one of the first sort of little projects I've been working on with custom ChatGPTs is regarding our evergreen long-term nurture campaign. So, quite a few of our clients like this when they see it and they want it. And Atticus and I can very quickly install the snapshot in a high level account to create the campaign. But then it does require a little bit of homework on typically the client's part to actually populate the emails with content. So in our evergreen campaign, as you see here, typically um, the evergreen campaign covers an entire year of email marketing. So imagine the prospect coming onto into your high level, and you want to make sure they get emails, at least one email every month for the year. So if someone drops into your marketing to this month, they would start in October and go around the whole year and get at least one email a month. And one of the hurdles we tend to find is getting clients to write just even 12 emails, one for each month of the year. So that's a little sort of hurdle I'm hoping to use ChatGPT, custom ChatGPTs to overcome. Just set a scene for us setting up here. So if I just bring my ChatGPT in, okay, so share that. Yep. So the custom chat GPTs only work when you've got the I think it's a $20 a month chat GPT. So this won't work if you've got the free version. But you see, when you've got the $20 a month, you then get this one here called GPTs. Get there. And then you see here, here's free I've been building out. So there's the Evergreen Prospect campaign one. So I'll show you how it works first of all. So a chat custom GPT. It's like uh, building a recipe that you're going to use over and over again, and you can even share it with other people. So you could do all this ad hoc every time, manually going through uh, and building up the chat with ChatGPT to create what you want. But it's much better if you're going to use it over and over again to create a custom GTP. So if you click on this evergreen one I created for the evergreen campaign, as soon as you open it up here, yeah, you seem to have a start button here. Yeah, the start button. And then the chat GPT asks you all the pre-configured questions. So the purpose of this chat GPT is to work through each month of the year. And as it goes through, it'll create three different email variants. So there'll be three different emails for January to choose from, three for February, and so on and so forth. And as you're editing the ones in January, for instance, all that it learns follow through to the subsequent months. So it gets better and better at writing the emails. So it gives you a structured way to create 12 months worth of emails. So I'll just fill in the questions here. You'll see how it works. So company name, if I just put mine in, phone number, website, competitor's website. Well, I'll say reference my website and use content. Any questions so far? Ask us while we're doing this. Uh, I'll say make reference to Julian's birthday. Oh, it isn't my birthday on 11th of January. I'm just putting it in here to show you. Any topics to include, and then target audience, um, uh, prospects. The idea is the questions prompt you so you can be specific what you're telling the system. Professional. Um, Obviously, you can fine tune all these over time to make it better. So that's basically it there. So let's get started, and it's now going to first work on the January emails. I'm just really quickly just doing this. Yes. So from the chat custom GTP, it now knows to work on January 1st, and it gives me a subject line, the main body copy. So I'm not saying this copy may be 100% finished, yeah, but at least it gives you for January, it gives you an 80% head start. You're not starting with a blank canvas. So it should have given me three different versions of the email, or three different. Yeah. And obviously you can go through and you could tweak those January emails. Yeah. And when you're happy with them, you can say, let's proceed to February now. Yes, let's go to on February now. Then it'll start doing the February emails for us. And again, we just copy and paste the copy out here, drop it into Marketing, and then we'd obviously polish the final emails in Marketing. So that's what this little chat, this custom GPT does. Just gives us a way of structuring to create uh, 12, one email for each month of the year to go into our high level workflow. So that's a really simple one there. Does that make sense, guys? Any questions?
Julian, at the top where you had that, if you scroll to the top where you started from, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
bit there, you created that. That is the GPT, is it? That's the instruction.
Yes, so I'll show you how to write the how I've learned how to write these. Yep. So you don't need code to do that. You just tell it this is what it's got to ask you to start.
Right. So
So
that's it. So you literally just you set one up with that as the instruction.
yep. So that if there's no more questions, that's the next bit I'm going to move to.
Okay.
How to set them up. Anyone else
Oh,
any
sorry.
questions before we proceed? Nothing? No. Okay. So then as Steve was reaching there, so how do you actually set these up? Uh, there might be other ways that other people might know of. So but please let me know if you know of any other secrets. So just obviously you need the £20 a month version to do this. We go to explore here. Yeah, let's move this out of the way. So you go to explore on the chat GPTs, you'll see my GPTs when it loads them. So these are my sort of private recipes I've built in the system. And you see here's the one I was showing you here, the where is it? I think I renamed it by accident before. Let let me think. I think I renamed it by accident when I was playing this before. If we click on here like so, uh, here, when you go into the actual settings for each individual chat GPT, you get a share button. So this enables you to share with other people. So you can send people a link to this chat GPT and then they can use it, which is really handy. So for us, we can include in our high level snapshot for the campaign. Here's a chat GPT that will help you write the emails that you now need to complete the setup. Then you share it, and then I'll show you where you build them now. That's just in the same place. Let's explore. And here's where you create them. Okay. There seems to be two ways to create them. There's simply here, create here, and you just start just like you normally do with ChatGPT. Just start telling telling you what you want. You're a professional email writer, for instance. You're writing a year-long campaign of emails, uh, three variants of each month's emails. It just needs a little bit of thinking about your own brain, the structure you're going to give it. And then you say, right, in order to write the emails, you're going to have to ask me these questions. Yeah.
Julian,
Yep.
have you ever come across, because when before I started making my first GPTs, we stopped used have you ever heard of a disk profile?
A Dispro. Yes, so you feel that personality type, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we paid like 50 quid um per profile we used, and we basically used the results from the disk profile and put it into the GPT to make it like sound like the character you are, and it works quite well.
Does it? Okay, that's interesting to know. Okay, okay. Yeah, look, do you upload that like as a knowledge file? Is that right?
Yeah, in a minute I'll try and
All
during
right.
the call to try and get the links to people if they want to, they can obviously give that a go.
Oh, so in the past, I've pointed ChatGPT to my website and said, analyze my writing style.
Okay, yeah, it's similar. I suppose it just gives
Yeah.
it just cuts out the sort of AI language as such and puts the sort of character you would be. So mine's probably quite rude and impolite. But yeah, it definitely made a difference to the GPTs. They sounded like me, unlike a computer.
Got you. Okay. I think the more it's like everything, isn't it? The more effort you put in, like say uploading those documents, have it analyze your website for your writing style.
Yeah, it was only 50 quid and it was probably the best 50 quid I've ever spent.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can. I'll get the link off you afterwards
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you.
no worries.
Okay, thanks for that. Yeah. So here is where you create the chat GPT. You've got two options here. Yeah. So you basically think through all you want it to do, and I'll show you one of mine later on. Or you can use that create button or the configure. Now I learned from someone else that this was the best way to do it. So what I've been doing is obviously here you can put a little logo there for your chat GPT. You can put your name in the description. Uh, and then there's the instructions are really important. Yeah. The conversation starters. When I was playing with this, I think you need. I've seen other people where they've got conversation starters. One might be, for instance, for English. One might be for French, and it would create the emails in those languages. So, but you need at least two options to start it. So I normally start with a go and a start. There may be ways round that I haven't worked out yet. It's your conversations, that's your buttons you see when you first bring up the chat GPT. And then you have the knowledge files. So I think this is where you might upload your disk profile there, Billy. Uh, you're on mute there. But I've seen other people doing deep research into it. I saw one example where someone did some research on another AI and had 30 pages of how to build the ideal reactivation campaign. And 30 pages of PDF, and they uploaded that as a file here so that the ChatGPT could reference that and sort of be smarter, like Billy was mentioning. Um, and then obviously if you enable the web search, so the ChatGPT can go on the web and search things. Canvas is to do with the way it pulls data together. I'm not exactly sure on that myself. Uh, and enable it to generate images in the system if you need it. And also, I think this is a one good one just to tick. Code interpreter and data analysis. Yeah, it can analyze data and do sort of more advanced things when it's got that enabled. And here I don't know if you've done anything on this bit here, Billy, but create new action. Now, I've not done anything on this, but I think this is a way where the custom chat GPT can talk to third-party tools. So after chat GPT has done something, it can then interact with other tools. So that's gone beyond my experience so far, unless anyone else in the group has done anything with that. Nothing, nobody.
No.
Okay, so at least now you know it's at least you like myself, at least you now know it's available now and it opens your eyes to that. So the way I've been building mine is not to use this version. Okay. I've been using just plain old simple ChatGPT. Yeah. So here's ChatGPT. And I just ask it like, okay, I want to this is very basic, okay? You can get more sophisticated, I'm sure. I want to create a custom chat GPT. Can you assist? Uh, I want to create a custom GTP that will write. Yeah, I'm doing this all on the fly here, by the way. Right. Three-line email as prescribed by the entrepreneurs. Something like that. And when it's gone through all this and worked out what you need to do, there's two pieces of information you need to extract from it. You need to get the information file, which can only be a maximum of 8,000 characters, and then anything else that can't fit in that 8,000 characters goes as a knowledge file that you upload. So between the information you upload and the knowledge file, that comprises the custom chat GPT. So you're still writing that, yeah? So it's creating what it thinks it should be, and obviously, just like normal Chat GPT, we can go back and forth, correct it and refine it. Okay, so it's created that, yeah. You're not Taylor. Uh, okay. Can you give me the 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 two files I require? Information. So what type of data is it? TXT. Uh, maximum. I've learned it's a maximum of 8,000 characters. That's what that comes up with. Okay, so there's the instructions file. Okay, let's give me that one. And there's the knowledge file. So the instructions file, you grab that, copy the code, and then that would go in when you're creating the custom. Before I do that, let me just grab this other file I need. The other file I need is the knowledge file. I need that. I need to upload that file. So uh you you need a download file for the hopefully give me a download now. So hopefully I'll download. Yeah, I've got that. Okay, so I've got the information text that I need, and then the knowledge file I'm going to upload. So now I can create the chat GPT. So go back to create. I just call it a test, yeah. Here's where I've got to put the instructions, so I'll paste that in there. Hopefully that'll paste. And that should be below the 8,000 characters. Yeah. Conversation starters. Uh, I think you need two at minimum, so I will put start and go. Again, there might be a way around that, but I've not got there yet. And here's where you upload your knowledge files. So like Billy was saying, this could be a disk profile. It could be some deep research of other AI do that pulls in a 30-page document of research. I'm just going to upload that knowledge file we created on there. Open that. Yeah, just enable that. And that should create, and then that's just uploading that, and then just click on create. I'll make it linked so anyone can use it and just save that. And then what I've been doing is obviously I've got my master file in the original ChatGPT. I can go back to that, test this out, and then start tweaking. So a bit of trial and error, you might have to replace the information file and the knowledge file to get it working. So now I've got that. So you see there, so there's the test there. So if I go back now, you should see workshop test. Let's try it out now. So I've got the start button. Great. I've uploaded approved templates and examples. And you can now give me the inputs, recipient name, company, industry, pain. So if I said Atticus Mills, I'm doing this very basic, yeah, very basically. Um, not yet subscribed. If I, let's see what that comes back with. So it's telling me now it needs a bit more detail to do its job, yeah. So that's handy, yeah. Uh, Industry role. Uh, uh, let's try that. So you see, it's obviously I mean, I've not put much thought into when I was building this out, but you get the concept of what we're doing here. Does that make sense, Steve?
Yeah.
That was a very rushed one I was doing there, just to show you how you just bring the chat GPT up. Uh, and if you prompted it in your original sort of recipe you created, it'll ask you the right questions in order for it to do its job and create what you want. Yeah. So a couple of other ones I've been working on so far. Proposal generator. So I might have one or two discovery calls with potential clients. Yeah. This gets recorded by Fathom and then extract from Fathom the transcript and upload it here. And it will then create a sort of a proposal email for me, which may be like 85% complete. It just saves you it saves you a chunk of time each time, maybe 30 or 40 minutes time saving. That's the example there where it's asking me now to upload the transcript so it can proceed. That's basically where I'm up to, guys. And hopefully that's giving you some insights as to how to use the custom GPTs. Anything from you, Billy? Because you've obviously been using these more.
So you know when you press them buttons and you put start and go,
Yes, yeah.
like I think you're missing a trick there because
Okay.
what what we will have, let's say on one of them, let's say for the rug cleaning side of the business, it'd be like write me a LinkedIn post, write me a marketing letter, write me a monthly letter or write me this, and then you click one of them and it quickly adapts to what you ask for and it saves you buggering around with the first part, if that makes sense.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it's more like a prompt, like a good prompt rather than just the start and go. I just think it's not getting enough out of it quickly. I think
Yeah.
like if you wrote in there, if you changed it to like write a LinkedIn post, it would straight away it would adapt to like a LinkedIn style of writing and do that. It just depends what you're obviously doing it for. But the start and go, I think we just use a few different ones. Like if I look at mine, it says like we'll have like write me a blog, write me a monthly email, make me a Facebook post, write me a LinkedIn post, like things like that. And then you'll click on that and it'll kickstart it with what you want rather than having to go around the houses to get there.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay.
You'll have
Yeah.
to have a play with it.
Yeah. Because you see, on the one I was creating, I was designing it so uh, I could send the link to somebody, and then they would input their particular data. Their website, their target audience, etc. Whereas obviously you've probably got all that programmed in already, haven't you, for your
Yeah,
use?
it takes a while because what I used, I don't know if the little microphone on ChatGPT, like the search bar, works, but we've always used Microsoft Word, basically wrote how we expect it to sort of behave and what we want it to do and blah 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 and then copy and paste into the files the audio, the sort of Word document. So sorry, we use obviously this microphone. It writes obviously what we're saying. We copy and paste that file into the uploads, and then it uses all that information.
Okay, yeah, okay, got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when you've got your button saying create me a LinkedIn post, yeah,
Mhm.
would you then upload some text or the audio that you've created?
No, nothing.
So you'll just generate a LinkedIn post out of
Out of it, so basically it knows a lot about me, but I could say like um I could write I could click that for argument's sake on the LinkedIn post part of side of things, and then after I've clicked it, I could.
oh, you're not sharing your screen. Do you want to share your screen, Billy?
Yeah, let me just try and
Did
share
I
it.
stop sharing? Did I stop sharing mine? Hang on. You don't
Um,
mind sharing? That'd be
no,
great.
no, of course not. Uh, can you see it? Okay.
Got you now. Yes, yeah.
So if I click on, for argument's sake, write me a monthly email, I click on that, and it will know everything about from our websites, from this and that, and just basically come out with a way to try and get some business out of someone. Um,
Got it. Yeah, so obviously you've pre-programmed into your ChatGPT all about your business, haven't you? Whereas
yes,
on mine, I was trying to make so you could share it with somebody. They would put in their website. They would put in.
yeah.
It's slightly different there, I
I
think.
think it works better if you program it. Like
Mm.
if I said, uh, r- write me a different one about me and Julian going out for a coffee. It might be shit, but let's have a look. It it says like so it will always revert back to talking about rugs and trying to get
Yeah,
someone like business through the door. Um, it's just really clever. Like it just because when I was learning how to do it, someone told me like you don't want to talk about your business. You want to sort of talk about personal stuff. Like if you're marketing, the guy just said like they don't give a shit about your costs. They don't give a shit about your new machine. They care. You've got to get something to read for them to read it. And he said, like, talk about yourself. Like, I spoke about flowers once, how I bought my missus tulips, and I think it rang in about 6 grand's worth of work, like from just talking about tulips.
got you. Okay, yeah. So how many ChatGPTs? Because you've got the one at the moment, yeah.
Only on this on the other laptop, we've got loads because it's all about the other side of the business. The rugs we don't push that much. But the other stuff, like they're they took ages to make, but they are good. But if you go into, let's show you. Let's move this out of the way. So if you go into my GPT and that's a draft. So if this is all the sort of stuff we have to like input.
Yes.
So it's sort of like it like we obviously add the disk profiles into here. Um, we sort of tell it what it should and shouldn't do, and then we add things here, which obviously is where I've dictated on Microsoft Word to
Yes.
like how it needs to behave and stuff like that. It's you can it's loads of ways. It is common sense, but it's just sitting there and thinking exactly how you want it to act, and it works a treat. And like you said earlier, you might have to fiddle around with it a little bit to get it perfect, but it's you still ain't writing most of it, are you?
Yeah, yeah. So the information file you've got there, have you written all that by hand? Not there. Those are knowledge files.
Up
Uh,
here.
yeah. Do you write that
No,
yourself?
so I used obviously a microphone and obviously done it in Word, Microsoft Word, and then put it into ChatGPT to make it, and then ChatGPT will spit it out and perfect it
Yeah.
and make it better, and then I'll put it in there.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's very similar to what I'm doing there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because one thing I learned early on from the high level summit I was on the other few weeks ago was yeah creating a specialist sort of custom GTP for each job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You mentioned on the other laptop you've got a whole series, haven't you? So each ChatGPT comes up like an old little agent to do one particular role, one particular task,
Hmm.
and then yeah,
It's better. I do think though it is a big winner in comparison to, especially with the other one we use, in comparison to um just standard chat GPT. Like you're missing a trick if you don't use the GPT, I think.
yeah. You mean the custom GTPs or just
The
ChatGPT?
actual GPTs that we're speaking about now, I think like I don't think you'll use much more. I don't think you use anything else as soon as you get the hang of that.
Yeah, which
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
you might ask it what the weather is, but apart from that, for work purposes, I think it's a game changer. It makes so much money for like the most simplest things. Well, brings so much revenue in, should I say? But it does it in a way where it just doesn't look like you're attacking someone with a marketing email because you've trained it so well. I guess you could train your chat GPT on its own like it. I don't know. But
Well, you could just go to ChatGPT, but you'd be there every time you do it. Every time you want to do your email, you got to redo it every time, don't you? So
yeah,
your ChatGPT is like it is like a little recipe or a little program.
yeah. You hit the nail on the head this earlier when you said when you started and you said about it's like a recipe. It is. It's like a recipe that you've made and hopefully it works, I guess.
But like, also, you were saying that you have to think through your own mind how you're going to tell it to do the things, haven't you? You got to be a bit of structure there.
Oh, I was pulling my hair out. Like it weren't always rainbows. Like I was sat there like really like just launching things because I couldn't understand what I wanted it to do. And it takes some trial and error, but it does work. It's powerful if for whatever you need it for. If you nail it, I suppose.
And also, I think it's still early days on this because, like, see, there's that option on the when you set it up where it can talk to third-party tools. Imagine
Yeah.
eventually where it'll be easy to dial it into another tool so the two tools could talk together, especially high level.
Yeah, I just think I think the disc profile is the best part of mine because it talks like I would as such. It like and if you're emailing your clients whatever sector you may be in, they know if it's you talking. And as soon as I put the disc profile in, it sounded like me as opposed to some random machine.
Okay, I'll make sure I'll get the link off you for
I'll send the
that.
link. I'll send the link while you're finishing up.
Brilliant. Okay, so thanks for that, Billy. Anyone else got any other insights or thoughts or questions?
Yeah, I think the only thing I would say is I created an instruction for using the free version of ChatGPT, and I used ChatGPT to produce that, and then I saved it as a sort of note. And all I've been doing in the past is just copying and pasting it in, and then basically answering the questions, to
Yeah.
generate whatever it is, and then press, and it does it. The only thing is, on the free version, you don't get very much because you run out of credit very quickly. So that's that. I am at the point now of thinking that's a better way to go. create the GPT is a much better way to go.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think in the future it's going to become more and more this is the way to do it, isn't it? Rather than like say you could do it your way, save it as a note and just upload it every time. But yeah, I think when it can start to talk to other tools more and more, it becomes more intuitive. Then that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's amazing. I think one of the things we're going to do is uh, the client is using. They can record every phone call made by the sales team is recorded, and you can drop those calls then into ChatGPT for an analysis. So you can create a GPT for that to sort of say, the duration of the call, the number of questions that were asked, the keywords that were used in the call, and it can give a report basically on everyone's phone calls.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it'll be long before high level does that as well. It'll be
Yeah,
built in. Yeah.
probably. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing, really.
Yeah. The other thing, have you used this yet, Billy, on the share my screen again? It's something I was going to look at it more. Have you used projects, Billy, at all? Projects?
No, I haven't. No.
So it's something I was because so I think this is a way of grouping together chats so that then the chat GPT can reference other chats in that sort of not community, in that sort of project. It can share information and reference them better. So if you're writing a book, for instance, you might have all different chats going on doing research and that, but the overall the chat GPT able to look at them all in context and things like that. Something I've not used yet myself either. Any other questions for anyone? Everyone quiet, Atticus?
Yeah, it feels quiet.
Okay then. So did you pop in the chat, Billy, that link to the disc profile for me?
I did, mate. Yes, it's in
Yeah, he's
there.
done it. Yeah, I've just had a look at that. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
You'll enjoy it. It's quite hard work to realize how honest you can be about yourself.
I've got to find that now. Hang on. One sec.
So actually, Billy, there's a version for $12.95.
Oh, it might have gone down. Let me have a look.
Seven pages for $12.95. So you
I'm not
obviously,
sure. I think I've done the 50 page, the extended disc pro. I might have done the leadership one. I can't remember. I know it was about 50 English pound at the time.
yeah, that's
Um,
that's probably the 50-page one. Bloody hell, that would probably be 1,000 questions.
it's quite a lot of questions, but the questions are so strange. It does make you sit there and think, oh, I don't know. And I suppose it really digs into the sort of person you are. It's very clever when you get your answers. Like my missus sat there giggling for an hour because it was so true.
Oh, okay. Hello. Look at that, Billy. Thanks for that tip.
No worries. Enjoy.
Okay, if there's no further questions, then guys, we'll call it a wrap. I hope found some value for this. Anyway, it's giving you some sort of food for thought on custom GPTs.
Yeah, really helpful, Julian. Thank you.
Okay, cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Thanks.
See you
Bye
around.
bye. Thank you for watching our recent workshop on ChatGPT for beginners. We hope you found that useful. You should see QR code appearing now, where you'll be able to book a discovery call if you want to chat with us further, or book onto our next live workshop.